friends, here we are. This is day 5, Marvel Strike Force. I believe I have got everybody linked up and ready to go. So we're going to get started. We will go ahead and open our free orbs first. I didn't get a chance to get on for more than about a minute this morning. So we didn't use energy and therefore we didn't get the free energy. So kind of stinks, but it happens. What can you do, right? Alright. Nothing too exciting there. We did get our daily objective for opening 2 orbs, and we got a level up. Yes. Getting up there. Level 29. Exciting times. Let's see what we have going on in the roster here real quickly. Okay, right off the bat, I see Spider-Man can get upgraded, so we're going to go ahead and move him up a tier because you want to make sure that you keep your characters up to date. And then I will hold off on equipping anything else until I can make sure to update some other characters, because I have other characters that are ready for a tier as well. And this is villains, so I'm actually going to go ahead and just sim these for the X-rays because I can. But we will be doing primarily villains campaign this evening. So I hope you are ready to do villainous things. I think that's a word. If not, it is now. So, sorry about it, but figure it out. Alright. Let me see what else. We'll go ahead and we'll stack this gear on Spider-Man. Spider-Man is extremely valuable. He is what you would call a god tier character. And he's just very versatile. He has his special, which will defense down everybody, as well as his ultimate, which does pretty good damage and also stuns. So, as I was saying, pretty versatile. And he works with defenders, he works with hero brawlers, etc. And then as soon as I get everybody leveled up here, I will talk real briefly about defenders and what those are. Okay. One moment here. Hold on. Let me having some technical difficulties apparently. Hi friends, here we are. Now let's see if we got this working. I don't know why it wouldn't be working, but let me just see. Hi friends, here we are. Hopefully we've got it working. Right now it seems like we might be having some YouTube issues. Here we go. Now we're going, I believe. Okay, so as I already started to do, I'll kind of bring you up to speed real quick. I simulated a villains node to get X-rays so that I could tier up Spider-Man's gear to tier 4. And now I'm going through and just leveling everybody up real quick, and then we will go ahead and work primarily the villains campaign today and see how that goes. So fingers crossed. Should be a good time. Villains are always fun. It's about to get villainous up in here, if you know what I mean. Very villainous. If that is even a word, I am not sure. If it's not, then it is now. And if you don't like it, then I apologize. But sorry, not sorry. For the record. Alright, almost there. And then, as I said, we'll kind of just keep working through this villains campaign. Oh, too far. It's strange playing with a mouse. It takes some getting used to. I do recommend if you would like to play on the computer to download BlueStacks. BlueStacks is a fantastic application to play mobile games on a desktop or a laptop. If you can't find it, let me know. I can help you out, or you can just Google BlueStacks and you should be able to find your way. Alright. I think we've got the squad ready. Got a couple achievements. Let's pick those up really quickly. Okay. Daily objectives. We did our 3 villains missions because we simulated them. We trained a character, finished campaign missions, auto win, yes please, and we equipped some gear. So now I'm going to run in, and my first order of business is I'm going to go in Heroes and start simming the important nodes, which at this point are the shield minions nodes, because this game has shown me very clearly that this is an account that wants to be using shield minions. I'm going to go ahead and grab this milestone real quick for spending campaign energy, and keep going through our shield minions. Got security there. Ooh, 6 shards. Nice start. Okay. You always want to use your energy tickets first before you use power cores, because power cores translate to real money at some point, and energy tickets are fun money or house money. You could call it house money, because Fox Next is basically paying you to play, which is nice. Very nice. Certainly not complaining about that. And we got a level up here. Unlocked the arena. Very interesting. Play an arena match or two here in a minute. Just for giggles. And see how that goes. Oh, here we go. We got the cutscene. Here's Loki. Grandmaster reigns supreme. Look at that solid arena rank. 4,661. Impressive. Really killing it. Okay, set defense. Let's see. I will start with... I don't want to do this. I'm going to hope for the best by putting Luke Cage and Crossbones on opposite sides. So hopefully less experienced arena players will not be able to finish Crossbones, and he will detonate, is the plan. but everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the face, as Mike Tyson says. I wish I could speak with his lisp. That would be hilarious, but I don't have it. I'm tempted to use the shield team, the full shield team, but I won't yet because... Actually, I'm going to switch that and do that. Because Operative and Trooper are lacking a little bit. So we're going to go ahead. I just picked a team that had lower power than me, and it shouldn't be too hard. Hopefully it's not as hard as our glitched Heroes 1-3 from day one, where we didn't get Luke Cage. And we got hung out to dry and lost 5 times in a row. So that was pretty funny. Very funny. It was a little horrifying for me because it was my very first time streaming, and for some reason I did not have the ability to beat a tutorial node. So we'll start early arena. I would just want to take out Crossbones. Okay. Oh, I forgot she gets offense down. I should have used that on Punisher because he will use his ultimate, which hits my entire team first turn. So, for future reference, Shield Medic does have offense down on her basic now, and that's extremely useful. It's always important to note when your characters get their abilities to the level where they're gonna be more useful. And for her, it's when she gets offense down on the basic. And the probability only goes up as you upgrade the skill. So, keep that in mind. We're rushing, hoping to get Crossbones down. Otherwise, it could be rough. So, fingers crossed. I would appreciate your happy thoughts in this tough time. Oh, I'm going to go ahead and take out his Crossbones with mine and let him do what he does and blow stuff up. Alright. So Luke Cage has still got his taunt. I'm going to go ahead and defense everybody down. I should have done that before I used Crossbones Detonate. But that's just another thing to remember. For future reference, it's, as I said, it's been a while since I've fought an arena at this level before. Or, not before, excuse me, in general. Not really sure why I taunted there. I actually kind of misclicked. So. Yes, dear, 5 times. I know. I wish you would have, as you volunteered, I wish you would have come out here and tried to do it yourself, because then I would have had a good laugh. You guys will have to help me convince her to come stream with us sometime. I think we're going to record this weekend. We do have plans. She's never played Pokemon Yellow before. She's never played any of the Pokemon games. So we're starting a Let's Play of sorts for Pokemon Yellow for her. So that'll be fun. And I'll help her a little bit. I'm not planning on helping her very much. I'm going to set her loose and see what happens for the most part. If you guys want to help her, that's up to you. But I'm going to let her fend for herself. Ooh, we got Hydra Rifle Trooper. That's kind of nice. He's not obviously Punisher's equal, but he does have Hail of Bullets, which attacks all enemies. So, keep that in mind if you need a villain and you don't have a lot of good options. Hydra Rifle Trooper is the only Hydra character I would say that's worth anything. And don't get me wrong, he's not worth much. But a little bit. A little bit counts, right? I'll actually probably use him over Hydra Sniper here momentarily. Excuse me. For those of you that already play, there was compensation given because there were Ultimus 6 issues where alliances were finishing with 100% and not getting 100% rewards. So what you got in your inbox was the difference between 60% and 100% rewards. So this character got the compensation as well. And even though it will be a while until we can use purple ability materials, it was pretty nice. Nice little jumpstart gift from Fox Next. So Fox Next, if you're watching and giving us these shield minions, as it feels like you are, thank you for the head start on purple ability materials. It is noticed and appreciated. Alright, we got one more orb here. I believe it's a basic. Yes, it is a basic. Alright. Let's get something fantastic. Another shield minion. Wow. We're not able to unlock Assault yet, I don't believe. I think that's the one character we don't have the node unlocked just yet. So, without further ado, here we go. Villains 2-1. As I said, we're going to go ahead and drop Sniper for Rifle Trooper. And that's a pretty big upgrade, and I'm actually going to have them switch sides because I can. Because then they're next to each other, and that doesn't change the synergy, but it makes the little OCD portion of me kind of happy. So, hey, let's do it. I don't think the villains campaign gets hard anytime soon. I think we got to get into probably chapter 3 or 4 before it gets too difficult. Okay. We got to take out his patrols. All the AIM characters as of right now are terrible. I've heard that they're going to get a revamp later this year. But I guess it remains to be seen. That's been speculated on at least, but I always like to wait until I get something definitive before I tell you guys, because the last thing that I want to do is give you guys a bunch of erroneous information. So I guess we'll see. Maybe Fox Next will do them some justice. Ooh, that was a nice... some nice damage there for a character that is just above useless beyond the early stages of the game, but for right now I'm happy with that. I think that's going to help us push through some of these missions. So hopefully everybody had a good day. I'm glad it's Friday. I am excited for the weekend. I don't know about you guys, but I'll never turn down that weekend. So, looks like I've got 6 people in here right now. Go ahead, feel free to say hi. Obviously, I know Bree's in here. So hello, dear. I don't know if Grizzled is still in here. Looks like Ness is in here. Who else do we have? Roll call. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and take Punisher's speed up. First thing. Because if I can knock him down before he can hit me with his ultimate, which I did, that's fantastic. I'll get rid of Accelerator next so nobody else gets speed up. I'm going to save Rifle Trooper's ultimate for the next wave. Oh, we have an objective mission. Mercenary Lieutenant is getting everybody, getting explosives wired up. What's up, Ness? What's up, baby? I don't know who else is in here. Everybody else is too shy, apparently. Don't be shy. That's no fun. Okay. Go ahead and ability block. Crossbones there. Probably not even necessary, but it's good to get into good habits as the game gets harder. Because the quicker that you can get into good habits, the easier the game's going to be as you progress. If that makes sense. So you always want to be looking at turn meter. You always want to have an idea of who to take out first, and etc. Okay. We got our objective done by just beating everybody, which is okay with me. Because objective missions can be a pain. If you mow through the enemies too quickly, sometimes you'll get a really tough enemy to spawn and end up losing your 3 stars because they brought in a tougher enemy. So, you always have to be a little bit more strategic with the objective missions. Oh, there's Black Panther. Oops. Not only did Black Panther show up, he's also talking mess. Oh, what's up, Grizzled? Good to have you here, man. You just in there taking all the nodes in Ultima 6 while I'm streaming on this baby account? Don't lie to me, man. It's okay. I get it. I would do the same thing. If I knew you were busy, I would absolutely be in there just wrecking it. Alright, I'm going to take out Black Panther first, because the Ultron goons are not that exciting. They're pretty squishy, and by that I mean obviously they have low health, and they don't pose much of a threat. Now, when you have 50 of them on the other team, and you have Ultron, it can get tough. But it's just why you have to plan and play strategically. Play well. Playing well solves most of the issues in the game. Okay. So we got another Ultron facility to go raid with Rocket Raccoon and Groot. Oh, don't worry, man. You can finish that Electronode. I don't mind. I still have defenders are good, and it's good. Life is good. I sure can't complain. Okay, the talking rat. I love the way Crossbones talks about people. Him and Punisher crack me up. Alright. I don't have a rifle trooper. I'm going to take out Sniper because he can give offense up, I'm assuming. Oh, wow. Ah. If you can see up here on the top left, it says enemies remaining, 18 out of 23. With that many enemies, there's a good chance that they're going to be squishy. And as you can see, these are very squishy. Also, you can look at their health bar, and obviously it's divided in half. So there's only two portions to it, which just means they have really low health. I'm going to go ahead and use his ultimate for funsies. It should mow them pretty good, as it does. I actually didn't mean to do that, but that's okay. What I meant to do was use his heal block and spread it. Spider-Man, did you see the very first video I did? And I was doing lane 4 and the Spider-Man node, and that dude dodged probably, I think at least 3 times in a row, and I was horrified. I have never had trouble with that node before because I have Storm. So normally I'll nuke it and get through it, but I was like, oh, I've been having some success with the freeze strategy and then recharging her. So the problem is my Storm got faster and went before Spider-Man, so he was unfroze right away. No, excuse me, I believe he actually dodged the freeze, and then I couldn't extend it, obviously. And so everybody else was frozen, and he was just doing his thing and really making things difficult. So I thought at one point I was going to get wiped. Yes, Spider-Man can be very, very irritating, especially at higher levels. When you build your Spider-Man up, in the 30 to 35,000 power range, he starts to dodge, it seems like, everything. I'm not sure it's an update. I would say it's more of you're getting better, and when your characters are getting better, that means that your opponents are going to get better as well. So as you power up, Spider-Man powers up, and he gets real dodgy real quick. So keep it in mind. Ooh, wrong button again. I get to talking, and sometimes things just happen. Okay. Again, we've got 14 of 16, so I'm assuming they're going to be pretty squishy, which is okay with me. You have my permission to give me squishy enemies in the campaign, Fox Next. Please continue to do that. Extra squishy. Okay, so we're just kind of running through. It's pretty simple. I would break it down, but I'm not sure it needs broken down at this point. It's too simple. Obviously, if you guys ever have questions, let me know. And I'll be glad to answer any question that you have. And if I don't know the answer, I will find it and get back to you. Alright. So, as I said, we're mostly just kind of cleaning up. I'm going to kill Accelerator real quick, because otherwise he'll speed him up, and faster Ultron minions are just a little bit more annoying. Whereas some of the other characters, some of the non-minions, faster versions of them are not just annoying, I would consider them deadly. So if you get for example, if you're playing against Rocket Raccoon and Star-Lord and they catch a speed up, be ready. Hopefully you've got a defense up, either that or hopefully you can remove the positive effect, etc. Because otherwise those guys can rack up a lot of damage in a short period of time. So, always a good idea to keep that in mind as you play. Alright, Villains 2-6, here we go. I am Groot. Crossbones is like, listen, man, I can't take it. Can you just get to it? Less talk, more rock, he says. And as I talked about before, just a quick reminder, anytime you're playing against Groot, kill him last. Because otherwise he will revive and buff the rest of the team that's living. Now that may not be an option this time, and you know what? Oh, there it is. Never mind, that taunt's gone. Something to note, if you do have Groot and Rocket Raccoon, they play well together because when you use Rocket's special, Groot will automatically taunt to try and keep the damage away from him. He will also assist at higher levels, and then if you have Groot and Rocket on the same team when you use Rocket's ultimate, it gets increased damage and a pretty cool animation, I think. So, keep that in mind. Keep that in your back pocket, if you will. All right. So the developer update was just posted less than an hour ago, I would say. And looks pretty interesting. The Kree will be getting a revamp, per se, a buff, including Ronan. So Ronan becomes worth something. I don't know how worthwhile yet. Kind of remains to be seen. We'll give him a shot here once he does get his much needed revamp. Excuse me. And they also talked about the Guardians. Obviously, I'm sure you knew that most of you probably knew that the Guardians got revamped recently. And with Mantis, it looks like it's a raid viable team. So that's exciting. I'm a fan of people having options, and the fact that Guardians are now a viable raid option is good for the game, I would say. I don't think there's a real downside to them getting powered up, because now your options that are viable are, oh wow, look at these guys. Defenders. Your most viable options, I should say, are Defenders. Avengers still work for Ultimus 6. And then you have, obviously, Brotherhood and the Shield minions with Fury. Shield team is very much viable. Now you got Guardians of the Galaxy added in there. And you can also use a Mystic team. There's some examples of that on YouTube. You're normally talking like Thanos, Mordo, Loki. You can use Scarlet Witch. There's lots of options there. Doctor Strange as well. Here we go. More campaign energy just in time. Let me go finish one more arena battle so we can cross that off our list for the evening. Let me look. Actually, let me go to the roster. If I have any equip upgrades, I'm going to go with those now. Ugh. Okay. We should be able to raise him up a tier, which is good, because he's a handy little villains character in the early villains game. And you know, just for fun, I might keep him for a while until I can get Merc Lieutenant and some other important key villains unlocked. So, plus I think it'd be kind of fun to rock Rifle Trooper through some of the villains campaign, because it looks silly. I'm sure it does. I have very little doubt of that. Okay. We're going to go ahead and give this a shot. They're a little bit higher powered, but we're going to use the fact that the AI on this game plays pretty unintelligently. They will just use the farthest skill to the right. So if a character's ultimate is available, they're going to use it. If the ultimate's not available but the special is, they're going to use it. If the basic is available, they're going to use it. So keep that in mind. That's important especially when you're raiding, because I was going to try and get the offense down on Punisher. It didn't work out. I did remember this time. But you can remember, if you have the character you'll be able to predict pretty successfully most of the time what move they're going to use first. Now, there are certain nodes where characters will have abilities ready that they shouldn't, and that's a way for Foxnext to make it more challenging, which I think is great. I think it's great that Foxnext is making you work for it a little bit. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and defense up. Ooh, that hurts to lose Spider-Man. Some Spider-Man on Spider-Man violence there. I'm going to hope I can get the Crossbones knockout with my Crossbones detonate. Ooh, ouch. This is going to hurt. And unfortunately, I should have brought Elektra to have a Dispel to knock off Luke Cage's taunt. So that was poor planning. And we're going to end day one on a 1-1 arena record. So, ouch. That hurts. Ah, Grizzled, good point. The AI will not always play the most unintelligently. An example that he gave was that Vision will not use his ultimate, which clears all buffs, if there aren't any buffs to clear. So once you get in the Ultimate 6 range, like I said, Foxnext will tamper with those abilities and make them available earlier, or they'll make their team a little smarter. Which, as I said, is just another example of them. Excuse me, sorry. Making the game a little bit more challenging. So I guess it is good. If it was completely easy, people would not enjoy it nearly as much. So we got another basic orb. What do we have left to do today? Oh, I'm gonna run and do challenges real quick. Got training day. I'm just gonna sim these. Especially training day. Training day, it's useful, it doesn't seem very useful. Let's see if we can do tier 2 on the abilities. On the ability materials challenge though. With Venom now, we've got a better chance. And the further you can go in these challenges, the better. So we're going to see now we have 3 protectors / controllers. And hopefully 3's a crowd for the home team. Ooh. Ultimus right away, and he's getting buff. This could be a little rough. Okay. At a certain point, Venom gains the ability to flip buffs, so he can take a taunt, which is incredibly useful. It's incredibly useful to have a basic attack that will take a taunt away. Whenever you're facing Ultron, as much as possible, you just want to take him out quick. The quicker you can drop him, the better. And he doesn't revive, which is okay with me. I'm not upset about that. Normally, as I had said before, when Ultron comes into a node with full health, when he dies, he will revive with, I think it's 25% health. So we got it done. 15 of our green ability materials, which at this point is extremely helpful. I'm going to go ahead. We don't even have 4 protectors / controllers. So I'll just auto win these the last 2 times. We got 45 green ability materials, and we're about to go get buff. I will make my supply purchases first. X-rays, nice, love it. Close combat tactics, very important. Morphic peptides, not useful yet. Trying to improve secret. I'm going to need the secret This is skill gear, the improved secret intel. If you can remember that, then remember that, because all of the shield characters use it. So when it shows up, if you're working on your shield team, buy it. I would recommend. And you will need improved basic catalysts quite a bit when you start to use improved gear. So when you've got the gold, buy them. This is another skill gear for shield team, and they don't need it yet, but they will need it, so I'm going to buy it. And then we have a need here for the improved armor catalyst. I didn't think anybody needed that, so I'm going to skip it. Okay. So we did a little shopping. And all that remains now is we'll run a couple blitz battles, and then I will run through a little bit more of the villains campaign, and we'll call it an evening. And the next time you'll see me on 3 Times a Fool, this account will be Monday. I am planning to record a video of Foolproof, my main account, here this weekend, either tomorrow or Sunday, because I did get a new Ultima 6 lane, so we're going to see what it's made up of and see how that goes. See what we have here. I'm not sure it matters. I'm going to play this one because they do not have a protector, and that keeps my frustration level lower. I'll also do a quick roster. I don't want to say roster review, but just kind of a run through of what I'm working with on Foolproof and kind of where I'm going. Because a couple of the guys in my alliance had asked me about it, and I wanted to just see what I can do. Anytime I can be helpful, I want to do that, because we're part of a community and we're all in it together as far as I'm concerned. I'm going to take Punisher first. And I'm actually going to move the speed up to ×3. I think I can safely say that we're to the point in the game where you guys know enough to where you don't need to see the full animations. And if you really like them, I recommend you start to play. Okay. Take out Spider-Man next. Oh man, I used sniper instead of rifle trooper. That's unfortunate. Next time I'll remember. But we're just kind of blitzing, running through some quick battles. Blitz at this level obviously is pretty easy. I'm an ability block Electra, so she can't use her ultimate because, especially at this point in the game, it can hurt. And hopefully now, oh yeah, we'll take her out before she has the opportunity. And then Crossbones comes in and cleans it up. Crossbones is extremely useful early game because of what you just saw. He'll come in at the end, you get everybody kind of worked down, and he'll just blow everybody up. And a lot of people like it. I love it. It's funny. It cracks me up. Okay. See what we got here. Okay, this has got a couple minions, so we're going to go ahead and play this one. Any idea what our next event raid will be? Anybody? I'm thinking probably alpha or beta, but does anybody know which character they will be giving orbs for? If you have an idea, feel free. Drop a comment in. We can talk about it. You can let me know whether you got your information from anywhere, whether it's just a hunch. But chime in, feel free. Your participation is what makes it fun. Shouldn't say it makes it fun. It makes it more fun. I'm having fun. It's fun to play the game, fun to share it with you guys, and have a good time. So we're trying to obviously take out Crossbones before he can boom, because like we just talked about, he booms, and it's no bueno. I'm going to stun Spider-Man with Spider-Man, because that way he can't pester me, and I've noticed that Spider-Man does not often avoid Spider-Man, for me at least. Maybe it's different for you guys, but I don't see Spider-Man avoiding an opposite team Spider-Man very often. It happens, but not very often. Probably because he's got his own moves figured out. He's like, I'm not going to be fooled by all this. So there's that. Blitz battles in hand. So we'll run through and do a couple more villains campaign nodes and call it an evening. So I plan to record with my lovely lady tomorrow and post that, and then either tomorrow or Sunday plan to record on Foolproof. So just to kind of give you an idea of the schedule, I'm hoping to go at least 4, if not 5 days a week. I want to stay active. I want to keep up with you guys, keep up with the game, and obviously just be as helpful as possible. So okay. These machines are quite lethal. I'm not sure I can agree with that. Oh, it'll be a blast. It's not a hard game, and it is a very, very fun game. One of the most played games of all time. At least, I shouldn't say of all time. I would say that long term it still has some replay value because there's still people that are playing it today, and it's never been unpopular. Like I said, it might be a stretch to say it's one of the most popular games of all time, but it is where the Pokemon franchise started, which was Pokemon Yellow. I should clarify. So, Pokemon Yellow starting tomorrow. We'll record that for you. I'll provide the commentary, and she will provide the good looks and the humorous gameplay. Most popular of my generation? Honestly, yes. That's a pretty fair statement. Okay, we got the Jessica Jones node, and we're going to be finishing up Chapter 2 of Villains. So here we go. As much as you were just trying to be a pest, you see me giving you the eye over there in the bedroom from here. As much as you were trying to be a pest, you were actually right. It is one of the most popular games of my generation. I remember being in elementary school when it came out, and it was bonkers. Super bonkers. I remember going to the bathroom and we had kids playing it on the toilet. Like the Game Boy Color with the Pokemon Yellow, Red, and Blue was the smartphone of our generation when it came to using your phone on the toilet, which is hilarious. Let's be honest, that's funny. But yeah, I remember just being amazed as a kid at that age, being like, wow, really? Their parents let them actually bring it to school? I was jealous, let's be honest. I wish my parents would have let me, but that was not the case. I mean, let's be honest, did I need it? No, not at all. But Didn't keep me from being jealous. Oh wow, that was extremely easy. Easier than I thought. I was just getting into nostalgia, and before I know it, that was it. Let me see if I have any more 50 power core refreshes, because I do want to farm the Jessica Jones. Yes, I do. There's at least one. I do want to farm the Jessica Jones node because I'll be using her with the other defenders. Obviously, I do not want to farm Hydra Sniper. I already have the character, and not extremely useful. Farming for Hawkeye. Hawkeye becomes useful a little later in the game. Ooh, I forgot this other medic node. I'm going to use the 100 power core refresh to get the medic node. I don't normally recommend buying the 100 core refresh, but like I said, I had missed the medic node, so I was going to pick it up. Here we go. Bullseye, new recruit. More campaign energy. They're sucking me in. Here I was going to go and enjoy my Friday night, and darn it, next thing I know, I'm farming more nodes. You did it again, Fox Next. You did it again. Alright, let's see. I'll do some gear with him real quick, and then actually, before I go, I want to use up the rest of my energy, and I would like to go through and upgrade some skills on my roster, just to give you an idea of what I would recommend. So, he's coming up. I cannot wait. We ordered a gaming chair, and it will be here anywhere from next Tuesday to next Friday, because right now we have a folding chair, and my back and butt are absolutely killing me right now from this folding chair. So please come quickly, gaming chair, and give me some relief. Please and thank you. Okay, so we farmed operative there. We did not farm Electra. I'll farm her real quickly. Farm security there. We'll get a quick Luke Cage farm in. And then here we go. Oh, we got a power, or we got an orb, excuse me. Basic orb. And we're going to get the best pull right here. It's going to be 5 shards for Black Widow. One of the best standalone characters in the game. It's not 5 shards, and it's Aim Researcher, which is the opposite end of the spectrum and one of the worst characters in the game. So thank you, Fox Next. Appreciate that. I want to get Trooper higher powered, because that's a character that I'm planning to use heavily as we progress through the game. Spider-Man, I'm going to go ahead and power up his stun for more damage, or should I do his basic? Let's do both, actually, because we can. And then let's see what we have left. Go ahead and power up her extraction. I keep on saying infiltrate, but it's actually extraction, for the record. So feel free to correct me next time I'm like, infiltration. Because that's not a thing. So don't let me make it into a thing. Okay. And that looks to be it. So, thank you for watching. If you liked what you saw, feel free. Smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, planning to play at least 4, if not 5 days a week. And we'll see you next time. Goodbye, friends.